Next, we have the Temperance card in reverse. This is a lack of balance. It's warning you that if you take a certain path, it will lead to turbulence and excess. This is a lack of a long-term plan. All things in good moderation. Examine what aspects or areas of your life that are breaking balance. And it could be even the things within you. Not externally, but internally. Here we have the Strength card in reverse. This is self-doubt, weakness, insecurity. This can also be intense anger or fear in life. This is lacking inner strength or experiencing depression. Learn to gain confidence in order to reharness your inner strength. Trying to hold my little sleeve up so I don't knock my cards everywhere. Next we have the Wheel of Fortune. With the Wheel of Fortune, this is the Fate card, the Karma card. This is a destiny, fortune. It's a critical turning point. Factors outside of your control are at play here. The universe, it can also mean the universe is dishing out what it likes, you know. But this can also say that the magic of fate and destiny are behind you. It's like good luck type of thing. It's a good luck card as well. Here we have the Hangman in reverse. When the Hangman is in reverse, this is stalling or a fear of sacrifice. A standstill without any resolution or movement. You're restricted or you're stopped because of other people or things. This could also be a positive sign that you can move forward because events have finally aligned. Next, we have the Moon card in reverse, and this is confusion and anxiety that you are dealing with, and they're finally subsiding. You're working through it. This can also point that you're trying to suppress feelings also. There might be a little bit there, but the majority of it is you're dealing with and you're working through those types of things. This can also be psychic messages or something like that. Could be coming through dreams. You could be getting it through whatever way. There's messages trying to come to you and you're having problems interpreting them or struggling to understand. And sometimes it helps to make a journal, you know, check in with things that you've seen or in your dreams so that you can interpret them. Writing things out, you know. Here we have the Six of Pentacles, which is successful gains, sharing. This is gift and charity. Results are beginning to manifest, and not only are they manifesting, but you have enough to share with others and give back and show that sense of gratitude. This exchange, like if this is charity, and it doesn't have to be money, it could be time, it could be experience, it could be just a shoulder to lean on. Whether it's you giving it or you receiving it, either way, this exchange is short term and it's not a solution. This is also the Karma card as well. You know, when you get things, do you give back? And vice versa, you know. Here we have the Seven of Swords. And with the Seven of Swords, this is deception, trickery, tactics, and strategy. Using shortcuts to get your way. You know, keeping your ear to the ground. This can also talk about trying to escape responsibility as well. You know, trying to sneak past something or get around it. And this can also be talking about thinking fast on your feet. And I always like to use the analogy of like you're trying to get into a college class and the class is full. So you write a letter to the dean to be the exception. All right. That's thinking fast on your feet, trying to figure a way around it. In that sense, being slick, you know. Here we have the Nine of Swords in reverse, and this is hope. And this can also be that reaching out for help. I mean, it can be that you're in despair and these negative thoughts or worries or anxieties or traumas are getting the better of you. And it's almost impeding into your life and stopping you from reaching your goals. And with this, it can be self-doubt, it can be worry, it can be anxiety, whatever those things are. You need to have hope and you need to reach out for help, you know. Ask somebody for help. You don't have to run a battle alone, you know. And sometimes you could be making things worse than they really are, mentally, within your own mind. Here we have the Ten of Wands in reverse, and this is stressed out, burned out. You're unwilling to delegate. Release activities that aren't bringing value to your life. You can't do it all, and you're trying to take on too much. Let some of those things go. You know, you can't do everything, and some of them weigh you down, and they can really keep you from reaching your goals because they weigh you down so much and they burn you out. Here we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. This is a lack of energy or a lack of passion. Probably from this Ten of Wands here in reverse, I would be wore out too. And this can also talk about distractions or a lack of direction in life. And this can also, what I like to see, stands for maybe not now, but later, you know, like all about timing. That's not the right moment. Next, we have the Four of Pentacles, which is conservation, frugality. Overly cautious. You know, maybe you fear loss or you don't want to lose sight of what's important. Pay attention to your money. And change in your life can feel like a threat to security. Okay. Next, we have the Eight of Swords in reverse, which is freedom. This is a new perspective. This is a self-acceptance. This is an awareness to wake up and recognize, or the recognition of one's own power. All right. Not letting the thoughts and the negative things bother you anymore. Picking up and saying, I control this. I can do this. Here we have the Eight of Wands in reverse, which is delays, frustration, panic, resisting change. Maybe you're waiting. Things are slowing down. Things are coming to a halt. This can also be that this is for a purpose. With this Eight of Swords in reverse, is it saying things are coming to a halt and a pause because you need to gather your resources. You need to have time to get these little ducks in order before you pick up and go on again. So yeah, this month is all about balancing. And with this Chariot here, not only balance, but you have opposing forces going on in your life. And you're going to have to gain control. All right? You're going to have to make a plan. You're going to have to stick to it. And you're going to have to control where and what you do. And this is internally and externally with something like the Chariot. And you need to listen to your gut and trust your intuition too. And that helps guide you as well. But with this Chariot, and the way this energy is here, is this is about making a plan. All right, say that you're unsure about something in your life, whether it's a project, whether it's a relationship, whether it's internally about some kind of issue that you're dealing with, and you're unsure about it. You're going to have to get down to the nitty-gritty of it and face what needs to be dealt with so that you can make a strategical plan and be able to implement it and be able to carry it out properly to get you to where you need to go. And it's going to take work to do it. And it's going to take sure willpower to do it. Because obviously with this Temperance card here in reverse, there is some kind of imbalance. And I think it's mostly internally. It can be within your life, but the energy I get off of this entire reading is internal. There is some type of imbalance and disharmony going on. Because too, when I look at the Temperance card, I always think of like two cups and you're pouring back and forth the water. Also like the scales, back and forth, keeping that balance, back and forth. And right now your stuff's either got a hole in a cup and it's leaking out, and there's too much in this one, not enough in that one, or the scales, you got like 100 pounds over here and a feather over here, you know, and it's like things are just way out of alignment, and they need to be realigned so you can have that sense of inner harmony and harmony within your life. Because if the harmony within yourself is out of alignment and crooked and bent and not correct, and not flowing correctly, it will cause it to be external as well. And it's because you're lacking this inner strength. You have self-doubt and you have there's some kind of anxiety or trauma, or you just don't believe in yourself, or it could be mentally going on and you doubt yourself and your anxieties get the better of you, and you could even be an inner critic almost of you beat yourself down over and over again. Like, I'm not good enough. I can't do this. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like over and over and over again. And with that, it can also build a sense of anger and a sense of fear in life. because you beat yourself down so much with something like that. And you need to take that energy and you need to work with it constructively. You need to figure out what the problems are, how you can fix these problems so that you can use them to get the balance you need back. And create a happiness and success and sense of power within yourself, okay? That recognition of one's own power that you need, okay? And the universe is here saying that this is a turning point in your life right now to get these scales balanced again, to get that harmony flowing again within you. And it's saying that, yes, the universe can be a little rough on you sometimes. Yes, the universe can dish out what it needs to because you need to learn things. But it's also saying to you that no matter where you go in this life, destiny and the universe and fate are behind you. This is fate. This turning point is for a purpose. And with this hangman in reverse here, you're fearful. You're stalling this change that needs to happen, of working through fears. You fear the change that's going to come. You fear what's really deep under the surface. And you need to gather strength. And you need to have this pause. And you may be stopping yourself from pausing because this is something that you don't want to deal with. Maybe you want to keep trying to push forward and push forward and push forward and like, oh, I really don't need to worry about it, whatever. I'm just keep going and keep going. And it's saying, no, this is a turning point. This is something that has to happen. And you're going to have to stop. You're going to have to pause. And you're going to have to face these traumas and these anxieties and this issue of whatever is this imbalance you have going on needs to be fixed. And it can be externally or internally. It could be both. But things need to change and it needs to be fixed. And it's going to take your willpower to do it and determination. And you're scared of this. But it's saying to you, gather these resources. Believe in yourself. Know that it's okay. And that you can work through these traumas. You can work through these anxieties. You can delve into those secret places that are causing problems and being able to release them. All right, working through those things. And you need to listen more to your gut and listen more to your intuition. You know, be more open to those things because those things will lead you because they have no judgment. They are unbiased. They are only here to help you. Your intuition, your gut, psychic abilities, whatever. Those type of things you need to open up to. They are there for their purpose and they do not fall out and judge. They do not have ulterior motives. They are here just for you. And it's saying to you, listen to these things. We will help you through this. Yeah, you're going to have to dig into that darkness and into that shadow side, into those shadows so you can pull out and have this sense of success. This is the karma. Maybe you need help. Maybe you should ask someone else for help. Have a shoulder to lean on. And it could just be for momentary purpose. Could just be momentarily something that you need, just for a short period of time. And it can also be with this that things are beginning to manifest for you. Things are beginning to be able to work through these things and get that sense of success back. And it can be draining upon you. Because when I see this temperance here with this, it's saying something's out of balance. You need to fix it. You need to dive into those secret areas that are causing problems. And you need to let go of the things that are holding you down. All right? And with this, you need to gain that inner strength. And you may need to ask for help. You may need to ask for charity. You can't always do everything alone. And it can be a struggle because you lack that passion or you lack that will. And it's draining. All right? With that Ace of Wands there in reverse. And it's saying you lack that direction in life. And sometimes you need help from outside sources. And I do want to say, let me go back real quick because I almost skipped this. I did pull a clarifier for this hangman just to figure out what it was about. And I got the King of Swords, which is weakness, which is feeling out of control or lack of clarity, and you're not achieving anything because of worry. So this is saying you're going to have that pause, and you're scared for that pause because you're going to have to dive into this. And this can be, you're going to have to go behind the scenes because this is what I always see him as, when he's in reverse, because this is air energy. So this could be that Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energy. So this could be you here. And you're lacking control and clarity. And we're going to pause. You're going to have to pause. You might be stalling from it, but you're going to need to. And this is going behind the scenes. This is something behind the scenes, working on it, dealing with it, gaining the clarity that I need so that I can get upright again and be powerful instead of in the sense of weakness and insecurity. All right. So I definitely think it's within you that this is going on. And you fear that pause, but you're going to have to do it because you have some issues you're going to have to deal with. All right. And you're going to work through those. And then here with this deception and strategic card, even though it's here, it could be that you don't want to face your secrets, or you're, what I say, lying to yourself about an issue that you need to deal with, deceiving yourself from that. And it can also say that in this turning point, you need to think outside of the box, as in you need to be slick. You need to think on your feet. You need to be strategic and tactic. You don't have to necessarily be sneaky. It could be that. But with the fox, he's sly. He is someone that you want on your team because he can get in there and make things happen. I think of like a spy. They get places, they do things, they make things work. That's the way the fox is. All right. And I did pull some clarifiers for the fox just to see. And all of a sudden, again, I've got the Ace of Wands in reverse, which is a lack of direction and passion, or lack of energy. Not wanting to deal with something. And it could be that you're just not motivated for it, or you just don't feel that zest for life right now. And you're going to have a mentor, I believe, since these came out really next to it. And they can help you figure out how to deal with these issues. It could be a counselor. It could be a spiritual healer. It could be anything like that. It could just be a friend. It could be someone who is water energy, which is Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But this can also point that you need to have balance between your head and your heart, between your emotions. And you need to deal with this logically. You need to work out and figure it out. All right? He deals with these things. He has the ideas, and he has the ability to look at a situation logically and figure out what do we need to do, where do we need to go. All right, that's strategy. And when you figure these things out, and if it is someone who's going to help you, with this Nine of Swords coming next, this Nine of Swords in reverse, you are going to reach out. All of these are about reaching out for help. All three of these, mentors, someone's helping you. And they're going to help you get away from these anxieties, these fears, whether the self-doubt, the worry, the negative talk about yourself. And you're going to work through that. They will bring you that hope, and that hope will come working through it. You're going to have that pause, that sense of surrender and sacrifice to work through these issues that are going on, that are causing you this imbalance and the sense of not having clarity and feeling out of control in your life. And you're going to have to let things grow. You're going to have to evaluate what things in your life that you've taken on and they're not benefiting you on a spiritual, emotional, mental, physical level. They're draining you and they're pulling you down. You're going to have to figure those out. You're going to have to let those go and know that you can't do everything and certain things have to be removed. And it's going to be tiring, and you're going to feel give out, and you're going to feel like, oh, I don't know if I can take any more of this, because it's that lack of passion. It's that lack of direction. And it's saying to you with this Four of Pentacles next to it that it can feel like your livelihood is threatened. Your life, because it's a change that's going to need to be made. And you feel all overly cautious about what to do. And you're kind of slowing yourself down a bit. And you need to remind yourself not to lose sight of what's important to you. What's truly and deeply important to you. All right? And if you do these things and you follow over to this Eight of Swords in reverse, you will have that new perspective. It will give it to you. You're going to work through these things. Someone I think is going to come and help you, or you're going to ask for help or something, and they're going to help you get through this. You're going to have that pause to help you gain clarity, to help you work through those issues and pull through that, whatever it may be that's those worries, those anxieties, traumas, self-doubt, whatever it is. And here you're going to get that sense of freedom. And you're going to encounter delays about it. And it's going to be frustrating. But do know that this is for a reason. It's giving you this pause so that you can gather your resources through all this, so that you will have that new perspective. You will have that sense of freedom. You will have that ability to grab a hold of the steering wheel of your life once again and navigate where you want to go. This is the recognition of one's own power. Here, you're missing it. Here, you're gaining it. That's your journey for this month. And it will take a lot of willpower and a lot of focus, and you will have to be strategic about it. And you will have to make plans on how to do it. And it's going to take work, and you're going to be give out. And it may feel as if all this change is kind of shaky ground. But, hold on to what's truly important. Don't hold on to the fear. Hold on to what's important, so that you have this new sense of recognition of one's power. And I think this month is going to be good, because I see this as the change here, the format, the transition is absolutely groundbreaking on a spiritual and karmic level. So many blessings I send to you guys. I love y'all so much. The Aquarius babies of the world. Yes. Okay. You are wonderful people. You are strong people. Very strong. Mentally, you are powerful. And emotionally, you can be too. You can get this. You can get through it. Gain your power back. Rise up. Okay?